Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be Game 3 between Kowi and Kinetic. I almost said voices again. What is wrong with me today? It's going to be it's going to be PVT, Cool Ass Ravine. Kowi is currently up 2-0 with some nice random strategies. But as I say that, I am unstable, and I'm joined here by T-Gun. Cool Ass Ravine. Hopefully a more macro-oriented game this time.
I hate this map. Purely because there's just so many cliffs everywhere, and you know, I main Terran, and I try not to take advantage of low cliffs just because I get bitched at it so much. But in saying that, it's also good for Protoss that I have utilize warp prisms or go pretty Colossus heavy, because you know your front natural. If your opponent has Colossus, you can pretty much just not bother getting it at all and go for your back natural plus the gold. But in saying that, Reapers and drop siege tanks just so powerful on this map. So if we were looking for a map where we'd see a macro fest, I'm not sure we picked the right one.
Yeah. Anyway, well, Kowi does. I don't think I've ever seen Kowi go past 3 bases. I honestly can't say I've ever seen him pass 3 bases.
if we want to see more than 3, I guess if they don't go for like mass Reapers or some sort of weird cheesy jumping strat, then yeah, we might see more than 3. Who knows?
Yeah, it depends. Like. Kowi's always been so aggressive that he either loses to a counter-attack or, like, he either loses to a counter-attack or he wins it. That's, like, really his 2 big staple. If you can find a middle ground, it should be okay. But really, I don't think
it's kind of like Oxygen before he stopped pulling his whole mineral line with his attacks.
Oh, no, he still does that.
Half of it. Like, he pulls less, you know? He's learning.
Yeah. What?
Someone says you need to resize your overlay.
Yeah, I know, it's like slightly off. Like there's only like maybe 10 pixels on the side, but anyway.
Oh no. Oh no.
Perfection, man, it needs to be perfection.
Game's going to explode.
Same opener here from Kinetic. I'm kind of curious as to he's going for the same opening that's just to like hurt him the last 2 times.
Yeah, I'm hoping he gets more scouting information with his SCB. Like, don't just sit in the main part of his base. Go find every single nook and cranny and look for that hidden building.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't even checked the gas. He's got 2 gas up right now and running, and he didn't even bother to look at it.
Yeah, that's true. If we have a look at, let's have a look at Kinetics. Yeah, he didn't even scout the gas. That is a major thing you need to scout versus Protoss, because you can really tell what's coming, things like that.
That 2 gas just gives away so much that he's going to be going for some sort of early tech. Or at worst, he'll be 4-gating, and if you keep your SCV in there, you'll see that straight away.
Yeah, definitely. He is pushed out the probe of Kowi, though, unfortunately. Kowi did scout him last, so he didn't see anything. He did scout that core while he was scouting, but really without the gas timings, it's hard to tell. And here we go. We do have a 3-gate coming from Kowi. I think he just doesn't have enough cash for the 4th gateway as of yet. We look at the income tab. We're at 22 probes to 17 SCVs, which is pretty standard. And we do have a 3rd Rax this time from Kinetic, so it's going to be good. And this will definitely keep him in the game if there's any kind of cheese this time, unless it's DTs. But really, I think his scouting is lacking here at the moment. He even a scan in the last game would have helped him, or even in either game. Like, it's not like, whoa, there's the 4th gateway from Kowi. So we are going to be seeing some
good old 4-gate.
Yeah, 4-gate versus 3 racks.
That's hell on this map because you don't have a ramp. You have a choke, I guess, but you want a ramp against Toss at 4-gate because their army size is always going to be better than yours unless you manage to get your 2nd base and hold off.
Yeah, definitely. So here's a question for you: what do you think wins, 4-gate or 3 racks stim push? Yeah.
On Kulas?
On Kulas.
4-gate produces just more units. It literally just produces more volume of units than Terran can put out on 3 racks. If you're defending with bunkers, you can beat it, but not if you're pushing straight into their force, because you're giving them the defender's advantage then.
Okay. So it looks like we will have Kowi. Did he spot? As he did, he's chasing down these Marauders now. He's probably going to be able to pick off one of them, as Stalkers do run slightly faster, which is always a frustrating thing if you're a Terran player. But We do have 3 racks constantly producing units now. Stim is about 3/4 of the way down. It looks like Voice Kinetic has turned it around, and he's going to go for this. He's going to take out both Zealots at the front, but still, he just doesn't have enough units here to be able to deal with it. But Cowi pulling back. Interesting. I thought he really would have been able to take that one out.
He should have kept 1 sentry and not force fielded with it and kept it off a Guardian Shield, just because it makes Marines lose, I believe it was 33%. I haven't checked up. Sorry guys, I'm pretty terrible at facts. But it's something like 33% of their DPS, which is just puts them into the part of nearly useless. Not as effective against Marauders, but it's still a nice, very, very, like, viewable, it's such a noticeable decrease in their damage.
Yeah. While we're talking about that here, I think Cowi's got really heavy on the upgrades. He's getting +1 armor. First, he's also getting the leg speed, but this could really hurt him because the stim is done now. Nice force fields. It's going to trap a few of the units at the front. Cowi needs to hold his Zealots from getting those snipes off at the beginning because they are just melting away right now. More Marines coming in. They have already been stimmed though, but like you were saying, stim Marines do so much damage versus sentries, but not against Stalkers, unfortunately. So we do have more units swapping in for Cowi, but like I was saying, he might not have the capacity at the moment because I think he's actually cut probes. He's sitting on 26 probes versus 22 SCVs. He does have the 4 gateways, but he's trying to get too many upgrades at once. Like if it was a really strong timing push,
it's more like he has the 4 production facilities, but he's also trying to get charged. He's trying to get +1 armor.
The charge is going to make a huge difference. Huge. But we do have a... He's got a missile turret at the front of his base to protect against DTs. He's also got a bunker, so at least he learns from his mistakes here. He's getting a starport as well. No upgrades coming as of yet for Kinetic. He's still only on the 1 gas, which I'm kind of surprised at. What do you think is the reasoning behind that?
Well, he's very clearly not getting ghosts. And off 3 racks, especially 2 reactors, you don't need that much gas. I would like to see the 2nd gas, just because if you get +1, it's great. If you're planning on going for Ravens or Banshees, it's also really, really helpful. So I'd love to see him pop it out. There it is. Because he is dropping a tech lab on that starport. But he is pushing in here with a sizable force.
Yeah, he does have leg speed, so that's just going to tear through the Marines, even though they do have stim. And Cowi's taking his goal expansion now as well. He does have this proxy pylon out here. I think he's going to try and just take out the rocks because he doesn't want to deal with this bunker. And in the meantime, he has forced Kinetic to pull 4 SCVs. So that's always good for him. We might be seeing some dropships pretty soon. He does have 100 gas now, but really he's only just got his 2nd gas up and running here. More bunkers going in at the side. Kinetic ready for this kind of thing here.
Yeah, this is like I said, if you're defending the 4 gate in your base, you can do it just because you have the bunkers there to hold off. But without the bunkers on this map, because you don't have a choke, it's just really, really frustrating to hold off the 4 gate attack force just because of how sizable it gets really quickly.
Yeah. But really...
Look at the... Go ahead.
Yeah, he does see it coming now. He's checking it. All these Marauders sitting in the bunker. I really think that's a mistake. I think the Marines should be going in the bunkers. Like, honestly.
Yeah, the Marines do so much more damage and much less tanky. But here we go. Guardian Shield up, I really like that because the Marine's going to do much less damage. Yeah,
definitely. He does have quite a few units here, but the Marines... I'm not sure what Cowi's doing here. He's attacking a reactor instead of the Marines. He's been forced back. He's just not... I don't know if he's just rattled or... I don't know, but he's just had so many Zealots there. He didn't have the Stalker and the Sentry count. And he's just been pushed back. So...
Yeah, that was really strange. He lost a lot and did very little. That was... He should have done a lot more in that fight, but he did wisely retreat the few units that he could. He got a lot of energy sitting in those sentries, so when he does engage, he will have enough for Guardian Shield and Force Field, which may be the way to turn the tide, especially since he's recently taken this gold, so he's got a heck of a lot more income right now.
Yeah, definitely. He's got that gold. He's going to be... He's floating 900 gas. I don't know what's going on here. Cowi's usually been pretty on top of his economy, but he must be just either rattled or something. I don't know.
I'd love to see him drop a Templar Archive just to make use of all that.
Yeah. He's getting another gateway. Sorry, 2 more gateways. I'm not really sure what's going on here because he just seems to be stalled. Like I was saying, he likes to expand into the 8 gateway kind of thing. So, hey.
Yeah, I mean, he has a Twilight Counselor. Why not tech into DTs or High Templars? I mean, I don't know why Kinetic got a tech wrap on his starport. Actually, I'm just looking at that right now. He's just oh no, there it is. There's the Raven. That's to protect from DTs. But those are also pretty useless against High Templars because of feedback.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't like this build order choice from Cowie. He's just going to get steamrolled right here. He's going to work right, and especially with these SCVs at the front, I don't think it's an all-in. It's just to stop the innings. But here we go. Nice force fields against the stem, but so many Zealots are just going to melt to this. Really a bad choice by Cowie here. I don't want to be mean, but this was a pathetic build order to go against Terran. Like, he has the Twilight Council, he's not getting any Templars. Like, he's getting it now, but this is so late, it's not funny, especially since he's still floating 700 gas. Kinetic does not know this gold is here, but it's not really going to matter. It's going to catch Cowie out unawares as well as he walks into the main base. He's going to be able to snipe so many buildings before he knows what's going on.
He did just scan that gold, but there's no way that Cowie's going to be able to muster up a force to beat what's sitting there with Kinetic. He's just going to pretty much steamroll and A-move over it at this stage.
Yeah, definitely. He's just melted all of the Zealots, and that's going to be a GG any second. It has to be. As he does take out the Templar Archives now. Like,
I'm not sure why he's trying to split up his force and hold him off. Cowie just force-filled himself out of his own base.
Oh my god. Is this Cowie actually playing, or...?
He's just walked in DTs. I didn't even notice him put up a Dark Shrine.
Yeah, he did put up a Dark Shrine a while ago, but really that was the worst possible choice. Like, he's ready for it. He saw the Raven coming, he saw the missile turret at the front, and yet he still went for DTs. I don't understand it. That's just one of the most retarded things I've ever seen. In the meantime, we do have Marines pouring into this expansion here for Kinetic, and this is going to be game over.
Yeah, there's DTs in Kinetic's base, but Kinetic had a couple Marines. He has a turret up, he's got his SCVs just pulled off the line, but as it is right here, Cowie has no production capability besides, he has one warp gate, my apologies. He did kill that force down to his gold, but Kinetic's main force right now is just way too big.
Yeah, as he does now snipe the Twilight Council, all the remaining gateways. He's got the Dark Shrine still, but realistically, this game's over, and I'm really not sure why.
He has got a DT up, but Kinetic still has enough for a scan, so don't think that's going to make too much difference.
Definitely. So here we go. We're going to see the final push in here, and then we're probably going to see a GG within the next 30 seconds or so.
No, the probes! The poor probes. No, this is just dragged on. Cowie's rebuilding a Dark Shrine, even though he already has one. Because, you know, two's better than one, right?
Yeah.
And there's GG.
Alright, so that was kind of...